time. So 10:30. Now it is 11:15. Okay. So we start without any waste. So topic is operating system. Topic is operating system. So what is an operating system? So we are all using operating system, right? What operating system we are using? Windows operating system. Windows operating. What is the use of this operating system? Why we are using an operating system? For example, I open this browser. I try to open some document through browser, or maybe I want to see some videos in YouTube, or maybe I want to do something like email communication. Okay, or I want to access some website. I'm using a web browser, right? And web browser is an application. Web browser is a application. So to run this web browser, to run this my Google Chrome, what is required? To run or to install, where we are installing, where we are running. Okay, the operating system support is required. Operating system support is required. Directly we can't run on the hardware. Of course, for everything, hardware is a base. Okay, to run an application, to do any task. Okay, hardware part is the base part. Without hardware, there is no system. What is a hardware means? CPU, RAM. You have a CPU. Yeah, tell me. I received a message. Kiran Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can send in a message box, right? Okay. CPU, RAM, hard disk. Okay, these are all main hardware components, like your BIOS or your SMPS. Everything comes under your main hardware component, right? So you want to run some application, or you want to give some input, right? In olden days, we have processors and all that kind of stuff. Lot of noise. Okay, so people has to code it. Earlier, like a first generation of computers, that is a vacuum tubes. How they will give instructions. So using certain wiring. So they put a wiring and all. So then they will get an outcome of it. There is a movie called Intimate Games. You can see a computer there. Now what is it showing? No, not this movie. It is why I'm getting this kind of stuff. No. I will search and tell correct name. It is got famous name. It is showing some exact name I didn't remember. So movie is the actor is Doctor Strange hero only. Okay, he has so many movies, recent movies. The mitigation, the imitation game. So not intimate game, imitation game. So in this movie, okay, so search in this MobiWise application game. Okay, so if you see this in background, it is also a computer. This is a complete mechanical and electrical based computer. It means completely switches are there. So they want to program, they have to turn one by one, like with the multiple components, they can turn it. Okay, to decode something like a Enigma coding. So German are using a communication between two places. So to communicate to German army with the German government, they use this kind of Enigma kind of coding to decode it. So the team is working. The background you can see this computer part. Okay, maybe may not be seen. See, this is a computer in that time 1940s. That is a computer. Okay, so okay, the instructions are given in a switch like a rotating switches. Okay, so later on there is vacuum tubes, then it is wiring is came. So later it is how to give instructions is directly simple by giving binary codes. Okay, and then hexa to binary conversions. Okay, little lot of revolutions are came up into market. When we are used like a 8085, 8086 microprocessors, then 8086 microprocessors, what we do, so we have a keyboard and of course there is some interfaces. So we have to type certain codes in the keyboard. That code will go to your processor. It will process it and display the output on a small LCD screen. Okay, that is to learn how to program a code. So we use a language called a assembly language. They put a name of the language is assemble language. The languages look like move a comma b or move a comma 5, add add 10 means add 10 to 5. So a is equal to 5 and add 10 to 5 and display a, so then automatically you will get a output. So each instructions you have to give language. So one computer in a computer revolution, it is a pre-programming loading operating system, fixed operating systems came into market. Lot of evolutions from 90s to 95, 96. That time itself, lot of evolutions came up. Okay. So what is this operating system? It is nothing but a program. It is nothing but a program. Okay. Sorry. It is nothing but a program. What is this program will do it? Whenever user is can give us some instructions, operating system understand what is user input and it will convert into hardware understandable language and it do the processing. Once it is done, operating system will display the output to the users. So it is the intermediate between operating system exactly say intermediate between user interface, okay, and hardware. Say middle part. Okay. Yeah. So sorry. Just 5 minutes, guys. Small disturbance. 5 minutes. I'm muting.
सर वॉइस नहीं आ रही आपकी सर। Sir, your voice is not coming, sir.
I know.
Is muted for 5 minutes.
Just I muted. So because of a little disturbance, cleaning is going on. Okay, guys. Are you able to hear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Here
sir.
it is. Operating system in between hardware and end user. Okay. So what is an operating system? Is a software which act as the interface between end user and a computer hardware. Okay, every computer means nowadays every device required at least one operating system to run a programs, instructions to do it. Okay, to work with your hardware, we cannot insert always a instructions. We can't write a program to give an instruction to it. Okay, so we cannot give instructions to it. Very simple. Every computer must have at least one operating system to run other operating systems to run a programs. Okay. For example, a person is there like a nowadays people are online classes, right, for children's also. Okay, that much is become easy today. You know, for example, I have a hardware, no operating system. I want to do some task. Then I have to write entire programming because we are not a programmers. We are a user of some application. For example, I have to use some application. 1 second, guys. A lot of disturbance, please. Okay, now. Sorry. Okay. So I have to do programming again. So I have to interact the hardware means I have to write an instructions in the hardware understandable language, like a assembly language or a hexa code or binary system. Okay, so I have to use hardware understandable language only. But how many people will learn before they touch the computer? I want to run some application. I want to, for example, I have a Excel sheet. So I have to put all the data in the Excel spreadsheet. I have to put it. Now I have to first feed the instructions and write the Excel sheet and all. That is practically very difficult. So first of all, you have to teach everyone how to program, and later we have to tell how to do with the application. But operating system make that one is more easier. Okay, so we can easily run an applications like a Google Chrome, Microsoft Words, Excel sheets. You can play games on it. Okay, so it will providing that environment to run an easy applications. Okay. So OS help you to communicate with the computer without knowing how to speak the computer language. That's I told. So you don't need to know how the hardware low level language or assembly language. No need to learn that language, right? No need to learn any programming here. Just a computer with an application. If you want, like you must know like how to install an application, or if already application is there, open the application, start using, right? So I want to play a video. So I need a VLC player, or maybe a built-in any video players, or a KM player. Simply to play the video. I need an application to play a video. So I need to know how to write a computer program. Not required. Okay. It is not possible for a user to use any computer or a mobile devices without having operating system. You are operating a mobile phone also. Now mobile phone, tablets, smart TVs also came into the market, right? So how we are operating, because of it contains a operating system in it. Any operating system, guys, it is divided into two parts. Generally, this kind of diagram and this kind of words like a kernel and shell words we hear in by learning of Linux or Unix. But when you are going to learn about Windows operating system, we don't hear these kind of words. Okay, there is a reason. So reason is Linux and Unix are more open type, means open source operating system. It means you can manage the kernel level programming, and you can write a kernel level programming, you can manage the kernel levels, and you can manage the shell level programming also. So that is the main part of your operating system architecture. So that's why, so in learning of Linux and Unix, by learning Linux and Unix, you learn about what is kernel, what is shell part. But even it is a Windows operating system, Linux operating system, or any operating system, your operating system mainly two parts. One is kernel, another one is shell part. Okay. So important like a kernel, what is this kernel part? Kernel is also a program, it is operating system. One basic part, first layer is kernel part. Kernel interacts with your hardware. Kernel converts any code into the hardware understandable language. Okay, so it is works with your hardware directly. Okay, like how to communicate with your processor, how to communicate with RAM, how to communicate with audio devices, how to communicate with video things. Okay, so that hardware understandable layer is kernel. What it will do, it manage your process, manage your disk management, process management, network management, memory management. Okay, so these are things in the kernel part. What is the shell part? Shell is mainly for a user interface. So you're typing something on a screen, or you giving a command, you're open an application. So to deal with these user interfaces, we useful the part is shell part. Okay, in operating system, shell is a outer layer, it is which interacts with your user. You want to run an application, shell understand how to run that application. You put a command, shall understand your command. Okay, you are what we can say. Okay, so very simple. In a Linux Unix kind of operating system, these shells are different shells are came up. Like a Bourne shell, Bourne again shell, bash shell. Bourne again shell means it's a bash shell, Bourne again shell, bash shell, T shell, K shell, C shell is there. These are all CLI based shell environments. Okay, what is CLI? So in operating system, different type of interfaces. Command line interface. CLI means command line interface. GUI, graphical user interface. Windows operating system, basically graphical user interface. So you can operate Windows operating system like you can find an icons, you can directly open the tab, you can do something on it. Okay, so that is a GUI based operating system, graphical user interface. CLI based user interface, command line interface, it is all are commands only. Okay, so it is a command line interface. You can type to know, you have to give the command to work with your computer. Like you want to create a file, you have to give the command. You have to create a file, so you have to give the command. Okay, in a Windows, to create a file, simply you can create a file like this, new file. Okay, which type of file? Or a text document, or like rich text document, or a picture. Okay, you can directly create, or maybe you can create from some application directly. You open an application and you do something and you save it, it automatically creates. Okay, but in a CLI, we have to use the commands to do any task. Okay, to do any task. So that is a command line interface. CLI, GUI, command line interface, graphical user interface. So I written TUI. What is this TUI? To do certain task, okay, we can use, okay, it is not showing TUI, it is showing CLI. Yeah, this is the TUI. Okay, terminal user interface or a text user interface kind of stuff. But what is this TUI? Okay, so you don't need to type a command to do this one. This is simply, you can choose options like you want to change IP address, or maybe you have to manage certain things. Okay, so you can use this kind of, this is not pure GUI, it's not pure CLI. Okay, so this is also keyboard operator, not mouse operators. You can't use the mouse. Okay, mouse information, just you have to type, and you, for a click OK back also, you have to use the tab button. You have to use tab button to select this option. You know, here it is, it's selecting option. To select option, you have to use the space bar. You have to go to that, use the tab to go that position, use the space bar. Okay, so these are the main things about your CLI, TUI, and GUI. Okay, guys. So what is an operating system? Operating system is nothing but a small program. It's nothing but a program which used to interact, which is used to interact to your hardware to run an applications. Okay, to provide an interface to the user. And operating system mainly two parts. One is kernel, another one is shell. Kernel interacts with your hardware. Shell provide environment for a user. So it will provide a user interface. Different user interfaces are there. CLI, command line interface. GUI, graphical user interface. TUI, terminal based or a text based user interface. Operating system is mainly two types of operating systems. One is SOS, simple operating system. Second one is NOS, network operating system. Okay, so what is this simple operating system? Means basically desktop based operating system, like your Microsoft DOS operating system, Windows XP or Windows 7. Okay, Ubuntu. Ubuntu won't come here, but I told just add a Ubuntu desktop because it's a desktop based operating system in single system like that. Okay, so simple operating system. Network operating system. Network operating system is like a server operating systems. You have a server. Server provides a service like a DHCP service, DNS service, authentication service, deployment service, mail services. Okay, server provide a different type of services. Okay, so that purpose we have an operating system like a Windows servers. We have a servers like a Windows servers, Windows 2019, 2016, Windows 2008, 2012, 2003. Okay, so different Windows server operating systems and Linux based operating systems and Unix based operating system. Basically, Linux and Unix are a server operating systems. Okay, they build for a server purpose only. Okay, that's a Ubuntu desktop and Ubuntu server. Both are different. Both are same commands only, but Ubuntu desktop you will get a some desktop environment. Ubuntu server is only for services purpose. Okay, simple operating system, network operating system. Okay, next, depends upon the
Hello,
task.
sir.
Yeah, tell me.
What is the difference between desktop OS and server OS?
We are using a very good. Yeah, just I will tell this point. I will tell that one. Okay, I will tell that one. Yeah, so we are using a desktop operating system. Okay, so what is the thing in our desktop operating system? You are running an application. You are installing an application. You are accessing web browsing. You are accessing mails. You are accessing browsing, accessing mails. You are accessing mails. You are playing games. You are watching videos in our regular desktop PCs, right? Means laptop or desktop, whatever it is, it's a desktop operating system. Okay, that is the main point in a. But you are accessing a web site, means someone has to provide a website, right? Who is providing? Web server. It is a server, web server. So how it is become a web server? By installing some web application related on it. So web related web server applications. Okay, where we install in a server operating system. In a server operating system, in servers, it is mainly used for providing a services. Means by installing certain role or a package or by application, it can able to provide a certain services to you. It is not accessing service, it is providing services. Server operating system not for general purpose like web browsing, playing games, watching videos. It is not that purpose. It is the main purpose is to provide a certain service. Okay, so that is the difference. Anyway, we'll talk about that one, different types of things also. Okay, user and task, like in an operating system also we can tell type of operating systems in a user and task manner also, like a single user, single task operating system. Single user, single task operating system. Example is Microsoft DOS operating system is a single user, single task. It means only one user can able to interact with operating system and run only one application at a time. Only one task at a time. Next one is single user multitasking. Single user multitasking. Only one user, multiple tasks. So it means like I'm using a Windows operating system, right? I open a web browser, I open a WhatsApp, I open a Microsoft Teams, I open a Paint, okay? I open another browser, I open a WhatsApp, okay? So, and in the background also some applications are running, okay? It is, but how many users we can able to use directly or indirectly? It is only one single user at a time. Okay, so here it is my user, only one user at a time. If I log out from this user and I have a, for example, I have a 2 users in this PC. I'm already open with one user. I have to run some task with the second user. I have to log out from this user and log in with the second user. 2 users are there. So first user should be log out, means sign out, and then log in with the second user. Then I can able to do work with the second user. Not both are not same time. First user, second user, third user, like user 1, user 2, user 3. At a time, I cannot able to log in directly or indirectly, remotely. Anyway, only one user at a time. Okay, only one user at a time. So single user multitasking. Example is your Windows operating systems. Multi-user multitasking. Multi-user multitasking. So you understand multitasking. But what is this multi-user? Multi-user means multi-user means
Two or more users, sir.
two or more users. Very good.
Users.
Multiple users means two or more means I am running with one user. Again, I want to run some application with the other user. So I can switch to other user also. No need to switch. I can run parallelly with multiple users, directly or indirectly. Remote access, using remote access or direct physical interface. I can log in with the multiple users at a time. So example is Unix, Linux operating systems are multi-user, multitasking operating systems. Okay, so these are the mainly. First one is simple operating system, SOS, NOS, network operating system. Simple operating system is like a desktop operating system, which is like a desktop based operating system. Okay, network operating system is a server operating systems. And single user single task, single user multitask, multi-user multitask. Some operating system are a real-time operating system. What is this real-time operating systems? For example, there is one joke is also already came. Whether we seen or not, I don't know. So, this is one series in the Netflix. Okay, so there are about to launch. The picture is not available anyway, so I'm also not find earlier. Okay, so in this series, there are working on a series. Some collision may occur, like one satellite may collide with another satellite. Something is happen, so they have to control from their control station, right? On Earth, the control station, they want to control this satellite movement. Immediately, they have to give command. Okay, the command center, they are giving commands to the satellite to, so then they will change this orbit, so the problem will solve. Immediately they have to do it. Suddenly Windows update is running. Okay, Windows update is running. Okay, so you can this is the one. Okay, so Windows update is running. So what happened? So it's a very important mission, right? So they use a commercial. See, that is Windows update is running like that. Okay, in a satellite station in command center, they are using Windows operating system. Of course, Windows updates, right? So suddenly it is updating. They are unable to control. It will take 40 minutes to complete the update. New update, it is full update. It take maybe a 40 minutes or 1 hour to update, but they have to do it in a 5 minutes or 10 minutes time is there. Okay, so guys, in certain places we cannot use the commercial operating system or a operating system like a general usage operating systems. For example, Windows operating system is a general purpose operating systems. General purpose. We are all using Windows 10. Anyone can use Windows 10. Anyone can use Windows 11. Only thing is you have to purchase the operating system or you purchase a hardware operating system came. Or Windows Server operating system, same thing. You purchase a Windows Server operating system, you got. Okay. So these are a Linux operating system. Linux based operating systems, Unix based operating system. So there are multiple hardware compatible operating systems. Multiple hardware compatible operating system. For example, I can install a Windows operating system in both Intel processors and as well as AMD processors, right? I can proceed. 32-bit type is there, 64 type is there. Different type of hardwares, different type of company hardwares are there. We can able to install it in general purpose operating systems. Okay, and even as general purpose server also same thing comes under. Linux also same. What is this real-time operating system means? You design a hardware for your certain task purpose. You design a hardware for certain task purpose, like maybe a rocket launch, or maybe it is a satellite, maybe it is a some land or like some controller. Okay, it will you design a hardware for a certain task, and it need a operating system to give a commands or maybe to control or to do that task, to do that particular task. One second. Okay. 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 So to do any task, so to do a particular task, you design a hardware and you have to design an operating system. You have to create an operating system for that particular hardware only. So that operating system cannot use for a different hardwares. Only for that particular purpose, particular hardware only. It is minimizing the total code, like a Windows operating system, general purpose, general any application you can run. Generally, maximum multiple applications you can able to run. Different type of hardwares it will support, a different type of monitors it will support, right? So for that one, they have to put a lot of coding inside. Okay, for better supporting, so better programming, better large programming, they have to do it. But in a real-time operating system, your operating system size can be a 1 MB, 2 MB also there. Meaning is only for that particular hardware, that particular interface, that particular to give in a commands or to run certain things in it. Okay, so that is a real-time operating system. It is not a general purpose or it won't support for a multiple devices. Only that particular type devices or particular device purpose only people will design. That is a real-time operating system. Actually, this is the joke. Okay, actually, 5-second difference. They showed a only second. Why Bill Gates feel very sad? Okay, so they don't use this kind of commercial operating system. Maybe in their personal laptops or maybe for their personal purpose, they use this Windows or Linux operating system. But generally they use different type of coding, different type of operating systems as per their devices. Okay, so that is a real-time operating system. It is specifically designed for that particular hardwares only. Even though earlier days of operating system, starting of operating system like a Microsoft DOS, and that time your hardware, initially people build different computers like a Apple computer to Intel computers, okay, via computer, Motorola computer. The computer hardwares are published, but very less programmers. So if any person or any organization want to use a computer, they have to hire hardware engineer and as well as a programmer. Compulsory programmer is required because they don't have any operating system, general purpose operating systems are not there. So DOS is already built, so they put a name called a dirty operating system. That the build that DOS operating system Microsoft people purchase, like Bill Gates taken a DOS, improved a little bit, and he start using for the Intel computers. So he start like this operating system can support for multiple type of hardwares like that. Okay, yeah, we don't go to the histories, guys. So mobile operating systems. Now we are getting mobile operating systems like Android is the more popular now. iOS like Apple. If you have a Apple mobile, okay, Apple laptops, you will get a iOS. Before that one, we have a different operating systems also there, like a Symbian. Nokia mobiles are there, no? Earlier Nokia mobile, 6600, that type of models. Old Nokia mobile phones, smart mobile phones, or a normal mobile phone also. Symbian OS. Okay, Tizen, BlackBerry. BlackBerry has their own BlackBerry operating system. Okay, BlackBerry mobiles having a BlackBerry operating system. Okay, so later on type, so lot of revolution, lot of changes are occur. Okay, these Blackberries, Tizans, and Symbians gone into the market. Okay, of course, Windows also came into. Windows is there so many years back before Android and Blackberries. So you know HTC Mobile. In HTC Mobile, I have seen first time it is a Windows operating system is there. Windows operating system is there. So later this Windows operating system become a Windows Phone operating system, which is like a Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8, 8.1 also launched, Windows 10 mobile also there, but it is stopped using. Why? Because of very less devices with Windows 10 mobile, so they are unable to provide a support and updates for that mobile operating system. They stopped using. Maybe in future, maybe there are going to launch any more Windows 11 or Windows 12 mobile with certain interface, but people are most of the people are habituated to use Android mobiles. If you have their little bit money, or if they have someone in the America kind of countries, then they will purchase Apple mobile phone also. Difference is like this is a you have to put a 20,000 minimum nowadays for getting a good mobile, 25,000 for Android mobile nowadays. If you put a EMI, even you don't feel that much pain. By 45,000 to 50, 60,000, you are getting Apple mobile phone. Okay, so you can show your friends. You can get more girlfriends that's using Apple mobile phone, right? So see, it's like that. Different mobile operating system, not only mobile, tablets, TVs, smart TVs. Okay, smart TVs, Google operating system, Android, built-in Android operating systems are there. Okay, so like that. So this is about your basic points of operating system, guys. Next, you guys ask question. So what is this? What is a desktop operating system? Desktop operating systems like our Windows 10, Windows 11, or Windows XP, Windows 7. Okay, so what is what we are using with this our computers, desktop operating system computer? We running on applications, we store data, we do data processing, we are playing games, we are listening music, we are playing videos, we do web browsing. Okay, we practice programming, right? We build programs. Okay, we do programming. So that in the desktop operating system. And one more point is there, guys. There is a server. It means our desktop operating systems can be a client for a server. It can be act like a client PC. End user device or it can be a client PC. Like there is a web server, I'm a web client. There is a mail server, I'm a mail client. There is an Active Directory, I'm a domain computer. Okay, domain Active Directory server is there, and I become a client for that one. So that is like a different type of client system. So our desktop also called as a client PCs. Our desktop also called as a client PCs in a certain places, certain scenarios. Okay. So that is our desktop operating system. It is a general purpose system. What is a server operating system? It supports server applications. There is a certain built-in features in the servers. So based on you install certain application, this server operating system it is also an operating system, not for general purpose. Either we install certain built-in features or by installing certain applications or certain packages, this server become a butler server. A server is a server, but it become a butler type of server. For example, DHCP server. You install a DHCP role, a DHCP package. The server become DHCP server now. It provide a IP address to the clients automatically. You install DNS package and it is a DNS server. You can make a server as a VPN server or a web server, application server, file server, mail server, authentication servers, means Active Directory authentication or a LDAP servers, proxy server, remote desktop servers, deployment servers. Not only that servers, so many servers are there. Okay, so many type of servers are there. These are the examples of servers. Server operating system is a operating system like our regular operating systems only, like either it is Linux, Unix or Windows operating system. It is an operating system. Okay, in that one, by installing certain features, built-in features or roles or packages or an applications, the server become a particular server. Okay, like you install a Microsoft Exchange application, in a Windows server, your Windows server become mail server. You install a Tomcat in your server, you become a web server and application server also. Okay, you install a role called a DHCP role. It is a DHCP server. Install DNS role. It is a DNS server. Okay, you install a database application, Oracle database application. You downloaded and install in your server. It is a become database server. Install a MySQL server application in your server. You become a MySQL server. Okay, you become that is the MySQL database server. So server operating system either by built-in features or by so by installing built-in features or roles, by installing some packages or an applications, it become a server. And server operating system not for general purpose, not for playing games, not for running some regular applications, not for audio video related, multimedia related. Okay, not for a regular web browsing. We don't use the server operating system for that purpose. We use a server operating system to provide a certain services, provide a service purpose, not to play the games. You know, when I start teaching this, my career started 2009. Okay, I started my career at 2009 in a Jet King institute. Name is Jet King. Okay, so they started in a okay, so I started in a Jet King. So what is the main point here? It is I want to say. Um, one guy asked me a question. So one guy is asking me a question, sir, which is more powerful, Windows Vista or a 2008 server? That time Windows Vista and 2008 server are released in 2009. So I said 2008 server because it's a server. It is also very costlier than normal Windows Vista. Then he just, I need a powerful one. Give me that DVD, Windows 2008 DVD. I said, why? Means I want to use it because it's very powerful. It is not useful for your regular purpose. No problem, sir. I think you don't know how to use it. Thing is, I am very open-minded because I will tell what I know. I will tell what I don't know. Okay. I don't hide things, right? So like I know everything kind of stuff. I don't do like that. Okay. But problem is occur with that one only. The guy estimated like I don't know anything. He said like, you cannot use it. Why? Because it's a server purpose and it is Windows Vista is your regular desktop purpose. Even he is not conveying with that answer. He said, I have a friends that they know what they can able to do like a server and all. So they know magic and all. Okay. Yeah, tell me.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, what is difference in internet and server?
Very good. Very good. That is, do you find that in interview questions or where? It's a kind of interview question. Good. Okay. I will complete my story in 1 minute, just not a 1 minute, less than it. Okay. So he's not conveying. So finally I give some kind of reason to not to give you server. Okay. So point is, guys, your window normal desktop is for a running regular desktop usage like a web browsing or playing games or anything. But Windows Server is only for server purpose only to install a services and provide a service from the server. And the question is, what is the difference between internet and server? It's a completely different one to another one. Okay. One to another one completely different. If you got this question in interview, even not only you guys, if I got that same question in interview, I will jump from the interview. So because we cannot touch it where what is intranet, internet, okay. Intranet means internal, internet means external kind of stuff, something we can able to tell. That is a related point. Okay, how to tell this question, how to tell answer for this type of questions. Sometimes it is completely outside. Even earlier we have a question that is the most common question in earlier days. Now also maybe they're asking, what is the difference between Ethernet and internet? Both are net is there. That is at least net is there. Ethernet and internet. What is Ethernet? It is adapter interface.
LAN cable, sir.
It is a interface where we connect LAN cable. Very good. It's a hardware device. Internet is, it's a connection of multiple networks to network connected. So globally, all networks are connected together. It become an internet. Okay. So globally, all one network is connected to another network, all like that. So total all networks. It's not a connection of two or more networks. All networks are connected. All the networks are connected to the public network. That is our internet, global network. It's a global network. It is a networks of network. Internet is a networks of network. Internet is whole concept. It is not a component or a certain topology. It is a networks of network. It's a public network. So where we are accessing things from the server. And we can relate here. We are accessing google.com. It means you are accessing google.com server. I'm accessing this one from docs.google.com server. I'm accessing this page, right? I'm accessing YouTube. From YouTube, www.youtube.com. I'm watching a video, right? Where this data is there, who is providing this data? That particular server. YouTube streaming server providing YouTube video. docs.google.com server providing this document access. Mail.google.com providing mail service. Okay, mail service, that is a mail server providing mail service mail.google.com is a mail server which is providing mail service. Okay. So how many things we can able to tell, we'll see. Yeah, I told streaming like a youtube.com is www.youtube.com is a server providing YouTube means streaming services through website. Mail.google.com providing mails. It is a mail server providing mail services. You want to upload a file and download a file to Google Drive. It is means like it is providing file service. Okay. So like that we can tell so many server and services manner. Okay, proxy servers, deployment server. Server is providing a service. We are accessing a service. Okay. For example, guys, there is a server in my room. I have a DHCP server in my LAN network. Okay. I'm accessing the server. That is okay. That is okay. Good. Google.com, www.google.com, not located in my room. But how am I accessing Google.com? How am I accessing Facebook.com? Those servers are not in my LAN, right? And where it is located? Somewhere. And how am I accessing? How am I accessing Google.com, YouTube.com, Facebook.com? Tell me. You know answer. How
Sir,
can
via
you?
internet, sir.
Via internet. Very good. Okay. So that is the answer. Okay. So what is a server? Server provide a service. You are accessing the service. Either it is like a www.google.com is a web server providing a web service. DOCS, YouTube.com providing a streaming service. Mail.google.com .com is a mail server providing mail service. Mail services.
So you
Okay.
mean that a server is a where data is stored, right?
Server which provide a service. Of course, data, it is providing a data means it is also stores the data, but it is provide a service in the different form. Okay, for example, mail servers are there. It stores the mail. So mail is also a data, right? Simply a data. It stores the mail. But actually you are not accessing that data as a normally some data, right? You are accessing like a mail communication. You are sending a mail and receiving a mail from mail servers only. Okay, so it's mail server providing mail service. Gmail server located in somewhere in the global. Okay, San Jose, San Francisco, somewhere it is located. I'm accessing via internet. What is internet? It is a networks of network. Okay, it is a globally connected network. So we can able to communicate from one end of the globe to another end of the globe via internet. Okay, so this is the answer. So this is an explanation, not answer. This is an explanation, not an answer. But how to convert into the answer? Answer is different, explanation is different, guys. Okay, I can do explanation. Anybody can able to do explanation, no problem. But how to convert into answer if it is the same thing as an interview question? Okay, so that is you have to practice how to convey the way an answer wise. Okay, so server provide services, different type of services from different type of servers. Application server, web server, file servers, VPN servers, DNS servers, SCP servers, database servers. So database servers. Okay, so different type of servers are there, provide services. Okay, you can cut that point. Okay, next one is you can take an example to explain the what is internet. Okay, as I said, like a Gmail is a mail server. We can access the mails. We can send a mail and receive a mail using Gmail mail services, mail server. Gmail is a mail server, or email.google.com is a mail server, or a Gmail. We can use the simple word gmail.com is a mail server. We are accessing mails, receiving a mails, but we are accessing a Gmail via internet. So then internet is a networks of network globally. Global network it is, public network. So you can access from anywhere in the globe. Okay, it is a simple answer. But how to tell at a time of interview? By practice. By asking these kind of questions will improve the answering capabilities. By telling this by yourself, you ask a question, or maybe someone asks this question, do not ignore, do not think it is a something, it is a less part. Try to think how to tell an answer, what is it, how to make it as a connection between a server and internet, and how to make it as an answer. Okay, so that is a very good question. It is very useful, this type of questions in a interviews. Okay, yeah, usually I ask people to ask this, like put a group discussion and discuss the topic. So then obviously different type of ideas, different type of way of presentings will come up. Okay, yeah, yeah, guys, next topic is only we discussed about operating system. I will try to explain. I want to start with what is a Windows 10 operating system and servers and services. I think I missed some point here. We are going to discuss about a Windows 10, but in a majorly there is a two operating system. One is your Windows operating system, Windows based OSs, either it is desktop OS or a server OS. Next is Linux and Unix based operating systems. Differences also important. Just I will try to complete this thing in a 10 minutes it will take at least. Then we'll take a break, or we'll see. Windows operating system. Okay. Linux operating system is an open source operating system. What is open source? What
Everyone can present their customized product because it is freely available to everybody.
Very good. Source code is free. Source code is available, not exactly say. Lot of people misunderstand. Open source means it's a free operating system. No. Okay. So free operating system, freely available operating systems, that is a different, and open source is different. Guys, for example, there is an application. There is some application. For example, you see, this is a Oracle VM virtual box. This is an application. How they build an application? So by writing some programming, some coding is there. First they write a code, they pack the code, they execute a code, of course they pack the code, okay, and make it as an application to install. After installation, it is icon and open and reusing. So initially they have to code it, okay, they have to code the program, right? So that is called a source code, the original program. Originally what program they build, that is a code, that is called a source code. Open source means it is available for anyone. It is available for anyone. Anyone can take this source code. They can redesign or customize. That is the word you use. That is a good word. Okay. We can customize, or we can redesign it, or we can add some more things to it. We develop it, and we can distribute it. We can distribute it like that. So this is a open source. Linux is a open source. So main it is like a Linux, basically kernel. Okay, so that's why better to remove this Unix to avoid a confusion between Unix and Linux, because Linux came from the Unix only. Linux is mainly Linux kernel operating system. The Linux kernel is of open source. You can directly go to kernel.org. So Linus Torvald build this actually Linux kernel. See, this is the Linux latest kernel version. You can download a Linux kernel and develop your own operating system. Develop your own operating system as per your requirement. You know, some people are very challenging, like I know this one, I know that one, I want to become a developer. Okay, my life is like that. You no need to, guys. You take a kernel and start developing your own operating system, distribute it. Okay, if it is a highlighted, like short film only, you can create your own film, distribute it. It is highlighted, then you will get a good remarks on it. Okay. So source code is available to anyone. That is called a open source. But in a Windows operating system, it is not a open source. It is completely locked operating system. Okay. It is a proprietary. It is a proprietary. Proprietary means the owner is a product. All rights belongs to Microsoft or organization only. So proprietary is Microsoft. Microsoft is build this operating system, Windows operating system, and distribute operating system. It build operating system and it is given to the public from Microsoft only. They build it and give it. And there are whole sole owner of this operating system. You cannot change. You cannot say I will copy this operating system. I build another Windows operating system. You cannot do it. It is a proprietary. Okay. If you want to use, you have to use the based on their term. Windows operating system is a proprietary of Microsoft. It is no proprietary. Means no owner, no need to take permission from anyone if you are using any kind of Linux distributions. Again, spelling mistake. Any kind of Linux. It is basically Windows is a basically GUI based OS. It is a command line, so powerful command line is there. CLI base, of course, GUI is there. Okay, some people think CLI means no GUI. Okay, GUI is there. CLI powerful, GUI less powerful in the Linux. So CLI main, GUI next. Okay, that is the kind of stuff. Okay. So 1 second, sir, Japan. GUI based and CLI based. Okay. So Microsoft distribute Windows OSs. Distribute. What is the Microsoft distribute or Windows OS? Here it is. Anyone Linux based OSs. Okay, so multiple distributions are there. why I'm typing. Okay, so here it is single distributions. Here it is multiple distributions are there. So see the distributions like a Ubuntu, CentOS, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, Debian, okay. So scientific Linux Mint, Kali Linux. There is so many type of distributions of a Linux is there. Okay, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, CentOS, Ubuntu, Fedora, okay, Debian, Fedora. Space is not there, otherwise I will write. Okay, Fedora is also famous. Fedora. It is. So now it is because we need a Fedora. Fedora is the best another most common. SUSE, OpenSUSE, Asian Linux, AWS Linux, Microsoft Linux. Microsoft also Linux is there. So don't worry. Okay. Microsoft Linux is there. Okay, guys. So it is a different distributions of Linux. So anyone can able to distribute the Linux. Okay, means they build and distribute the operating system. But here it is only Microsoft will distribute the operating system. Okay, it is so mostly the Linux Windows is not case sensitive. Not case sensitive means not case sensitive means cap letters, small letters, never mind. You put a not NOT, capital NOT, or a small NOT, or full capital NOT. Okay, whatever it is in Windows, it is acceptable. In Linux, it is not like that. It is a case sensitive. Compulsory, you have to follow the rule. Okay, so cap letters, small letters. Capital A is different, small a is different for a Linux. In Windows, capital A or small a both are same. It is a case sensitive. Okay, mostly Windows operating system, it's a paid base. Okay, there is a paid price will be there. It is most of the Linux distributions are free. Most of the Linux are free. Guys, some people are telling security like Windows is not secure, Linux is secure. I don't agree, but point is, okay, it is a virus free. Virus free, not this thing. Yeah, first type I type correctly, it is showing wrong, then I did virus free. But there is a reason why it is a virus free, means no .exe. Okay, no execution environment, it is not there. Don't, okay, self executions, direct executions won't happens. If you download some application and you install it, maybe from it virus may affect. Okay, so Linux is virus free. We cannot say Linux is not hackable kind of stuff, guys. Linux is virus free because of Windows based viruses kind of stuff. Okay, it cannot attack. Okay, no, no Windows Win32 environment anyway. No registries. no registry architecture is not there. So that's why it is virus free. So viruses generally attacks, they build for a Windows operating system, not for a Linux operating system. And Linux also is not having any executable, self-executable kind of stuff, not there. Auto executions are not there. Exactly. So no means no auto execution of these things. Okay. Linux. In Windows, we have a desktop OS and server-based operating systems also there. In a Linux, it's basically server operating systems. It's basically server operating system purpose only, less desktop. In a CLI GUI type also it is more CLI, means it's a powerful CLI, powerful CLI base. So less about a GUI. GUI is very less. Without a GUI also we can manage Linux beautifully. It is more GUI based. It's a powerful GUI and less about CLI. Command lines means using a command is very less in the Windows operating system. It's a more about GUI based, powerful GUI. But in Linux, it is a powerful CLI. GUI is not much important here. Okay. So without GUI, you can happily use it. Okay. Some security wise, guys, every operating system has their own securities. Both are secure. Linux is basically CLI, which cannot be understood by easily. It is more user friendly. More user friendly. What is user friendly? Even a normal person also can able to use it. Nowadays, you can see small kids for attending online classes. They open a laptop, they open Zoom meeting, they attending a meeting, right? So you need to train them. So you need to tell them to go to some institute. So first learn and get experience, then you can use it. In Windows, we don't require. In a Windows desktop environment, you don't require any special training for basic users. Advanced usages and all you may require to know it, but that is also not required. Whole training is not required. In Linux, it is not like that. It is not much user friendly. We need trained professionals to use it. Need a trained professional to use Linux. You know, in Linux, you want to become a senior, it will take at least minimum 5 to 7 years. In a Linux environment, you yourself called as a senior, means 5 to 7 years minimum it will take. Not with 1 year, 2 years. You cannot be master in the Linux. That too, you have to see a lot of scenarios. Okay, so these are the some not completed, but these are the some differences between Windows operating system and Linux based operating system. Windows OS and Linux based. Again, once again, guys, Linux is a open source. Linux open source is available to everyone. Okay, anyone can able to download the source code of the Linux operating system. They they program it or they build their own operating system using Linux kernel. So you download only Linux kernel only. Okay, so you download Linux kernel and you can program it. You can able to develop your own operating system as per your requirement. Sometimes also we can use this Linux kernel for our real-time operating system, like you have a specific hardware type or a specific task-based operating system required, then also you can build for that purpose only. We only build only that particular interfaces only you can able to build. So Linux is open source one. source code is available. Linux kernel source code is available to everyone. Anybody can take it, build their own operating system. They can distribute the operating system either by freely or paying services. Okay, so different distributions are there like a Ubuntu, CentOS, Red Hat, Enterprise Linux, Debian, Fedora, Scientific Linux, ASIAN Linux, SUSE, OpenSUSE, Blacktrack. Earlier name is Blacktrack, now it is Kali Linux. These are all different type of Linux Mint. Okay, these are all in the different type of Linux distributions are there. In Windows is a Microsoft to build the Windows operating system, either Windows desktop based operating system or server based operating system. There are sole proprietary of Windows operating system. The source code is not available to public. You cannot alter the source code. You cannot change the source code, means you cannot change the kernel or a shell part of the operating system. You should not change. So you can say, sir, I can change. It means you should not change. You cannot change. You should not change. By default, Windows is having their own security parts, but okay, so we don't touch that security now here. Okay, so Microsoft only distribute that Windows operating system. No other organization, no different distributions. Only Microsoft control the distributions of operating system. And Windows is more about a GUI based operating system, less about a CLI. So command line interface is less powerful than a GUI in a Microsoft Windows. Okay, in a Linux, it's a powerful CLI. The command line interface is more powerful than a GUI based interface. Windows is a not case sensitive. Windows is not a case sensitive in generally. Okay, like you use a capital A or small a, both are same for a Windows, but Linux it is not like that. It is case sensitive. Most of the Windows operating system generally it is price is there. You have to pay for to get the operating system. To use operating system, compulsory you need a license. You have to pay for a license. That is the paid price, means you have to pay for license. What is license? What is license? To use the window any operating system, you need a license to use, right? So you have to pay for license. It is almost like a free license. It is a free license. You only have to agree license terms. It's a free license. So no need to pay for a license. Mostly free license. Okay, free license. This is also called a GNU because it's a GNU, General Public License. Okay, GPL, GNU, General Public License version 2, and GPL terminologies came here. So GNU means GNU not Unix. GNU means GNU not Unix. G means GNU, N means not, U means Unix. Okay, so because of this you need to pay to anyone. So different distributions from the Linux also there. Okay, and of course in Windows we have a Windows desktop operating system like a Windows 10, Windows 11. Server operating system is also there like a 2019 server, 2022 server, 2016 server kind of stuff. Linux is basically a server operating system, and very less desktop operating systems are there. Okay, so means like Ubuntu desktop is desktop operating system. Linux Mint is a desktop operating system. Okay, like that, very less desktop operating system. So Windows operating system is more user friendly. You can very easily use Windows operating system. Linux operating system, we need a trained professional, not much easy. Like first day only you given a Linux operating system for a common user, and you tell do something. He cannot do anything. He will do something that will become something only. Okay, compulsory we need a trained professional, certified professionals are required. So then only we will make him to touch the Linux operating system. Okay, guys. Okay, these points are okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
We can add more like a security guard. We can put it like next point. We'll go to where I created this one. Okay. Next, we'll go to the Windows 10 features after small break. Only just 5 minutes break. Just I will tell about Windows 10 features. Like 130, 140 maximum I will close because again me and Sai sir are having some meeting today about Linux discussion only. So we'll see.
Sir, one question from my side,
Tell
sir.
me, tell me.
Sir, it is my personal question. Windows operating system is good or iOS operating system is good?
That is both are different. Okay. Windows OS, iOS
iOS,
is a Apple
yes,
iPhone related.
yes,
Apple
yes,
iPhone
yes,
iTab kind of stuff. Mac OS.
yes, yes.
Mac OS is different. 1 second. హలో సార్ లేదు సార్ మీ నుంచి నాకు కాల్ వచ్చింది మాట అవ్వలేదు లేదు guys it is purely depends. For example, even my
Yes.
brother-in-law told better to take a MacBook. I said no. Why I said no? Because my purpose is not with a MacBook. What is my purpose? I need more storage, first of all, more
Mhm.
processing means with less cost. For example, I pay 1 lakh rupees or 1,25,000, 1,50,000.
Yes.
I will get a more powerful Windows laptop. Okay, means i7
Yes.
processor, 4 GB graphics, 1 terabyte of SSD. So that much of configuration I will get it. What you get with a
Mhm.
1 lakh or 1,20,000 or 1,30,000 with the MacBook, i5 processor, okay, and some kind of SSD like a 240 GB SSD and cloud storage. Again, you have to pay for cloud storage. But one thing is important, guys, security wise and very
Mhm.
user friendly means a person don't know anything or a security things, don't think about any other things, normal usage, only presentations and all paid users kind of stuff. Mac is excellent. Okay. Mac in
Okay.
India is waste. Like students like us, I'm a still student because I'm keep learning, I'm keep presenting. Why I need a powerful hardware also I will tell. From last 3-4 months, I'm teaching to the service desk batches, so no direct practicals. Okay. So here see, this is my VMware workstation. In this one, lot of virtual machines are there. Okay, it is not opening, it is taking time now. Okay, even this is a virtual box. It contains some Linux operating system inside. Okay, so in my practical, like Windows practicals are there, Linux practicals are there, DevOps practicals are there. Okay, so these are for a DevOps purpose. I created these machines. This is Linux machine, Windows servers. Okay, and this is a virtualization server also there. Means VMware vSphere servers also there. Okay, somewhere it is located. Yeah, this is the VMware vSphere server. See it is. So I want to run both server and client machines at a time, 2 to 3 machines. I need more RAM capacity. I need more processing capacity, more storage capacity. Okay, that's why I'm unable to change this laptop also because laptops are very costly if you go to the powerful hardware part. Okay.
Mhm.
So point is, guys, it depends upon your usage. It is what you are use that is the best. What is your suitable thing is the best one. For example, you want to buy a MacBook. It is costly, but it is suitable for certain people. For example, movie celebrities are there, people who work like a movie kind of stuff, or maybe management people. they don't do anything technically, they don't do anything, right? So they don't application and all, they don't mind about it. The web browsing, video chatting, or maybe certain limit, and maybe they install an application, they can pay for applications, or maybe the limitation is there.
Okay.
They need a security, not powerful part, okay, not other things, not more customization kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So they can suitable for Mac. Common users like are we need a cheaper and better, and students better Windows operating system, not Mac operating system. That is only as you are using a MacBook and you are a student and you are earning little and you are buying a MacBook, that is for a only show off. Only show off. Like you are going to office, you purchase a Hero Honda bike or a KTM. KTM, right?
KTM.
Yeah,
KTM.
KTM. You purchase KTM or a normal Hero Honda Splendor Plus, office people, regular daily 10, 15 kilometers or 20 kilometers daily. You have to go and come again 20 kilometers.
Bajaj
It
CTS.
depends.
Bajaj CTS.
Bajaj CTS, okay. That is CD1 and like a Boxer is there. That is very old. Recent like a Star something is then Splendor Plus, Passion Plus, Unicorn. Some that is give more mileage. Cost is in your hand. You can pay EMI on time. If you got a job holders, student may not know, but people got a very less salary jobs and all. They prefer a normal bike. KTM for a fashion. KTM or a F15, F20 like that. Yamaha. That is for a fashion purpose, like to show business. Okay. So after 1 month completed, the show is completed. Why? Because of your salary only for petrol purpose only. Okay. So that's the thing, guys. Usage and our financial condition, powerful part. Okay. Of course, security in our mind about it, because Windows to Mac users are very less, and Mac attackers also very less. No one is feel interested to build a virus for attacking Mac. Okay, so people are very interested to attack on Windows. Okay, because of large number of users in a Windows. Okay, there's some stories also there. Okay, that is. I just first of all I'll stop recording because the one